Well, still on the same issue, joining us also live from Abuja studios is Nnamdi Udoh. He's the Managing Director, Nigerian Airspace Management Agency, NAMA. Well, you've heard the former aviation minister spoke on a whole lot of issues concerning the aviation industry, which he only stayed for 7 months, and he's been able to do some kind of comparison between that time and now. Perhaps you should bring us up to speed concerning safety matters and some other issues in the aviation sector.
Yes, I guess, Suleiman, I've lost you.
Okay.
You were, the last bit of it, you were talking about comparison of safety. Can you just say that again, 1 minute?
How safe can you fly our airspace as a Nigerian or even a visitor?
Well, I will just start by first giving you a testimony. Just last night, we ended a program that started on Sunday, where the Civil Aviation Air Navigation Services Organization all over the world were in Abuja for a safety program. In other words, if Nigeria is not a safe environment to fly, foreigners wouldn't come here for a world-class safety program. Secondly, it is not measurable by what people say or by something of politics. There is no politics here. I say once again, the Nigerian airspace is safe. Nigeria is Category 1 FAA certified. Nigeria is Part 2 on ICAO. And the measurable things on all of this is not determined by what we say, but what is verifiable on the ground as safety nets and safety indices. Nigerian airspace is safe.
Well, that's quite reassuring for a whole lot of people. But if you look at the headlines, even before then, right here on Channel Television, we saw Hope Uzodinma and Smart Adeyemi and a whole lot of Nigerians. These are representatives of the people, senators, and they say that unfortunate incident actually was meant to be a test flight.
Yes, I want to believe that you are saying what the senators said. Our distinguished senators, for me, are not people I should join issues with on safety matters. They have summoned us, like they've done several times in the past. And like I use the word, we will go there and advocate and showcase what we are doing in this sector, beginning from our roadmap and our strategy, and create a journey from where we started and where we are and where we are going. So for me, it's a welcome development that they're even giving us a chance to come and say what has happened. That one general aviation aeroplane on takeoff roll has an incident and crashed does not mean that our airspace is unsafe. Secondly, people should also distinguish between civil aviation and military aviation. Those helicopters that are adding as part of accidents that have made it one too many is unfortunate. It also goes to say that we need to inform Nigerians when a military aircraft has an accident or an incident. That is not within the purview of the Nigerian civil aviation. And we must understand it very clearly. But when we get there, we will show the laws and will provide information to help guide people in making public utterances in the future. The third thing I would like to say is aviation is glamorous. Aviation is for the elites. Therefore, people must be informed. People need to get information. The Senate will be properly giving all the things and will put it on the table. And we would like to guide anyone that needs to understand what is going on in the industry. The airspace of Nigeria has been adjudged lately as being one of the best in the world. And there are measurable indices for you to use to judge that. Fourthly, while people are talking about our airports, that is what they're seeing with their eyes. Nobody has seen what is happening at the back ends. People talk about radar. Today, all of you in this studio had at one time or the other invited me to talk about, do we have a radar? Because people come and say, I swear by something, there is no radar in Nigeria. Today everybody said, oh, we made a mistake, we didn't check. That is how it is with safety issues. And as we go on in this program, I would like to say that NCAA is so robust, NCAA is been so enabled, and they are doing their work and they are going chain by chain in solving these issues, link by link. And fifthly, safety is not a destination, it is a process. And we go stage by stage. And as we continue, we will continue to modify, to improve. Not too long ago, the 6th point I would like to make, I was on channels talking about people contesting the fact that we're demanding for a manifest when a general aviation aircraft operates. We're also demanding for an appropriate insurance for people who fly general aviation. Now, I'm delighted for all of you this morning to hear people now saying, oh, we're not sure of the insurance of general aviation. Oh, who and who was on board? Now, the manifest is not in argument, it's authentic. Now, someone is asking questions about insurance. What does that say? It meant that we were proactive many months ago to roll out that program. That's the kind of thing I would like Nigerians to begin to see. That it just doesn't happen. One of my immediate past ministers said something that happened in 7 months. I am sure you know, 7 months can never be good enough for anybody to deliver the required deliverables by any minister. It's not even enough for you to produce a strategy. But we must see that government is a continuum. I've been chief executive for 2 years. I couldn't have dreamt NAMA, delivered NAMA, and delivered all the deliverables that we have on the table today. I must have inherited things, and I must continue to work conscientiously, consistently to deliver safety to the Nigerian flying public. You know,
Mr. Odo, I'd like to get some clarification. You know, you talked about the difference between, you know, military crashes and civilian crashes. I had some concerns about that, and I was wondering, yes, the crashes that happen, you know, with military helicopters and what have you might not be under civil aviation, but are they also under the purview of the Nigeria Airspace Management Agency? Do they need to get clearance from you and, you know, things like that?
Thank you, Mokwe. Yes, the civil aircraft do not have jurisdiction under us. What we have in every country is what we call civil-military joint user collaboration. In every control tower, you have an Air Force man who ensures military aircraft operation in that control tower. In other words, we have joint user airspace because there are no delineations in airspace saying this is military and this is civil. However, there are certain areas in the airspace that civil aircraft cannot fly into. Those are designated for military operation, those are designated for Air Force exercises, etc. So all we do is to grant passage and provide civil clearances to military aircraft. We do not supervise their operations.
So if
we provide joint user collaboration. In other words, you will not see any accident investigation of military aircraft being in public domain, and we can only provide weather and civil assistance for the safe operation of that aircraft because it's joint civil military collaboration.
So you're saying by extension that you cannot take responsibility for the crashes that happen with military aircraft or police helicopters?
No, I cannot take responsibility, but all I do is to provide a safe passage through a written and signed joint military-civil collaboration. It's a worldwide thing. There's an established protocol where we have a handshake. This program is not good enough, it's not long enough to give you those details. But we do have joint user collaboration, but not to provide oversight or supervision.
So let me get you clearly now. In the last 2 years, what crashes will you be willing to take responsibility for, aside the Dana and the associated air crashes?
Well, anyone that has to do with civil aviation is what you're going to receive an accident investigation. I'm not going to comment in any case on any accident that the report has not been published. But any civil aircraft accident will be able to provide you transcript, we'll be able to provide you video clips, we'll be able to provide you the weather conditions, we'll be able to provide you the flight strip and the ATC recorders as the case may be.